I got my first racing bike back in 2017 and I rode it every day for about 50 kilometers. I would get out of the house at 4 a.m. in the morning, and for me, cycling used to be so exciting, getting up when everybody's actually sleeping and getting out on the roads when nobody's out on the roads. The roads were empty. I would cycle from Karama to Burj Al Arab, to the water canal, to Maidan and all those kinds of places, and it was just pure fun. I would see so many things along the way. I would see the nice beaches and the interesting architecture, and as I progressed, so did my equipment, and so did my needs, and so did my vision as to what kind of a cyclist I would like to be. And 2018 is officially when I entered the performance cycling field. I got a specialized bike for it, and I started training professionally. I do maybe about 5-6 races a season, and I've won a lot of the times. I've gotten podiums, but I have lost about 90% of the time, and that's where the mental hurdles come in. It's you win a lot, but you lose a lot more. I always think that mental hurdles are more difficult to overcome than physical ones, and mental hurdles can be in how well you're doing in training, and for me especially, it was in how I could actually balance studying in school and training afterwards. So what I would normally do is I would wake up at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. and I would get on to the trainer and just train away for an hour. By that time, my school routine would start. Finish school, come back, eat some lunch, rest for some time, and then back to training again. But the difficulty then set in when my training had actually increased. When my performance increased, my training increased, and it seemed impossible at the time to balance it out, because as soon as I would come home from school, I would have to deal with about 3 to 4 hours of training, then about 5 to 6 hours in the weekends, and it all became very difficult because we used to have a lot of exams in school. We used to have a lot of these online tests and whatnot. And what really helped me during that time is thinking about it one thing at a time. So a lot of people, when they wake up, they think about things 5 or 6 hours ahead of time. So a normal person, would get up and say, oh, okay, I have to drop the kids at 8 o'clock. And go and I have to submit the business reports by 10 o'clock, and I have to come home and do grocery shopping by about 5 o'clock, and you get all these ideas in your head and you just clutter your head up. And when I started to look at things as, oh, what I should be doing in the next 5 or 10 minutes, then it became much more easier to deal with any unexpected additions to your schedule, or any preparation, or any time you have to keep when you're preparing for your exams, or when you're preparing for training itself. And I never used to go for tuitions. I never really understood the concept of going for tuitions, especially in 12th grade. I would say about 85% of my friends would go for tuitions and finish online school, then get on to online tuitions. And I feel like when you do that and you're genuinely uninterested in the academic field, you slowly fatigue your brain out, and so your performance in your academic field itself decreases, and so your productivity overall decreases. And it's this pressure of going to tuitions that actually holds down a lot of people from actually pursuing their dreams or passions or whatnot, because this is the time to do it. And one thing I would say yoga has helped me with is giving me that 1 or 1.5 hours of clarity, because mental clarity is very important at this point. When you have that 1.5 hours of complete, emptiness, when you can talk to yourself saying that, yes, this is what it is, and I need to get myself ready for the game, and after this, just I need to get my game face on, and you tackle the day, because it's just about thinking about it as a day, as a day, as a day, and not as months. So while all my friends would think about school as, oh, I have tests in 6 months, or I have an exam in 7 months, I would think about it as, oh, I have to go to school within the next 5 minutes. And so that kind of mentality builds up when you've given yourself that 1 hour of mental clarity. And it does have a lot of physical benefits. Yoga does have a lot of physical benefits, but I would say the mental benefits overrides the physical benefits. You have mental clarity, as I've said, and you have that space to test the limits of your body and test the limits of your mental perseverance during that time. And if you are pursuing a sport, then I'm sure you've heard of mobilization, and yoga does help with a lot of joint and muscle mobilization. Soon my goal is to enter into the professional cycling field, which is racing in Belgium, or racing internationally with a international team soon. And soon I hope to be the first Indian winner of the International Cycling Union's classified race. So that would definitely be a goal for me, and hopefully I do get it. So thanks.